Okay, making Salisbury steak here. Some people call it hamburger steak. I've got my seasoning all ready. Looks like I'm doing a Walmart commercial. Okay, I've got a little bit of beef broth I'm going to use, and I've got some water. I have my pan heating up. I just put a little bit of avocado oil, is what I use. I've got that in there. Avocado oil has a higher temperature for heating. Got my oven preheating, so I'm gonna just brown them and use this skillet and go right inside the oven with it. All right, let's get started. Okay, so I've got about 1.5 pounds of hamburger here. Put on a glove. I'm gonna crack this egg in here. I like to put a little napkin or paper towel inside there so I can throw my trash in. I keep one hand clean, one hand dirty. So I'm gonna take that egg, I put it in there, and now some breadcrumbs. My goodness, I never measure anything. About a cup, I guess, maybe half a cup. Just start out with just seeing what works best. And then I sprinkle in some onion powder, about a teaspoon. Also about a teaspoon, half teaspoon of garlic. And then my Italian dressing, I just sprinkle it in here. Just put it in my hand. We're going to put about 2 teaspoons of the Italian seasoning in here because it's good. Adds a lot of flavor. Alright, and then I have this gourmet burger I'm just going to throw in there and just see how that works. I never tried it in there before. And then the ranch dressing, if you've ever used this powder, this stuff is so good for everything. Making a mess, but throw a good bit in there, you know, like you want about, looks like I put about 1/4 cup in there. So I got all this in there. It's my first video, forgive me if it's awful. Okay, so now I'm going to take my hand and I'm going to mix this all up real good. I don't know if you guys know about hamburger, but when you're using it, you don't want to mix it too much. So the more you move it around, the tougher your hamburger. So you want to incorporate all this stuff in really quick. Really quick. My pan's heating up. So give it a couple good squishes. Even if it looks like the egg is not all the way in there, and maybe the seasoning could be mixed up a little bit more, it's fine, it's perfect. You don't want to move it around too much more. All right, so now we're going to take this and we're going to patty it up. And for this now I need my other glove. All right. So just grab a chunk out of it. We are making hamburger steaks. You'll probably only eat one, maybe 2. So you push it together. Still not messing around with it too much. Okay, and then you take this over and you throw it in your pan. Oh, the pan's sizzling nicely. Get these going and get them in the pan. So you take it and just make it look like an oval shape, you know, Salisbury steak looking thing. And you put it all in there. We're just going to brown them a little bit on both sides. See, I'm dropping hamburger. I think I got my pan up a little too high. Let's lower it a little bit. Trying to get this last one in there. The other one's going to be turned. It's going too slow. Yeah, I definitely have that too high. Let's definitely make that a medium. Let's get a medium. These iron skillets really hold the heat. Alright, that's the last one. Get my spatula in, and then if you want to put a little bit of garlic, so I'll just sprinkle on a little bit of salt. Not much, not good for us. And black pepper, yeah. Alright, I suggest doing that on both sides. So we'll flip this over. Whoa, look how pretty. See how golden it is? Alright, this one's ready too. Okay, this onion is nice. Whoa, look at that. The bits that are going to come off that is fine and go good in our gravy. Our oven temperature is ready. Alright, so while that is cooking on that side, I'm going to chop up an onion right here. I like to have onion with my pepper stick, or I like to have onion, a little bit of onion in there, glaze them. So I'll take this whole onion because we have 6 of them in there. And just cut it into wedges. Take your wedges and just drop it right in the pan. Get them caramelized a little bit. Try to get them off the meat if you can. Alright, next. My first video. Okay, so I'm going to take the other half of the onion. Also cut them in wedges. I need a special camera and microphone for this, but just wanted to show you guys how simple and easy this is. Something I could have used a little more breadcrumbs in my things. They're falling apart, so just use your judgment. Might have turned them too soon. Take a little bit of our water over here in a glass, maybe about half a cup. With a nice sized tablespoon of cornstarch to thicken our recipe as it's cooking. So, mix that in. I'm going to add another teaspoon of that, a good size teaspoon. And this is just cornstarch. Alright, we're going to set this aside for a second. The meat's a little too red still yet, and my onions aren't cooked. So I'm going to go ahead and flip these one more time so they don't get burned on one side. This one. Yeah, I'm bad with using my finger as a guide. Gives me burn dividends here. So we'll let that cook just a little bit longer. I don't know about you, but I like to clean as I go. So I'm going to clean this mess up a little bit and I'll get right back with you. Okay, so everything's looking really good here. Looking good. I like mushrooms. Some people don't. I have a can of mushrooms on hand, so I'm going to go ahead and dump that in here. Onions are looking really yummy. Just waste not. Okay. Fling it out of your pan. Alright, so now this is all good and yummy. Got all kinds of yummy stuff down in there. I'm going to take my cup of beef broth and throw it in there. And then I'm going to use 16 ounces of water. I'm going to cover it up pretty good because I want to cook this slowly in the oven. And then here's the mixture we made just a little bit earlier of cornstarch and water. So stir that up real good. Good and combine because you don't want any lumps. Alright, so then you just pour it slowly over this. Slowly. Whoop. It's okay if some comes out. Alright. Set that aside. Alright, with a little spoon, I'm just gonna mix it a little bit so it's getting my water, my beef broth, and cornstarch, all my yummy stuff getting all stirred around in there. Okay, so this has been cooking on the stove for about, let's say 20 minutes. Now we're going to take it and put it in the oven. The oven's heated at 350. Look it in the middle rack. Okay, so 350 oven, middle rack. It takes 2 hands to hold this guy. And pray your cat don't jump up in there while you're doing it. Back up, King. Back up, guy. Alright, so I'm gonna cook this in the oven for about an hour. It's now 3:15. I'll see you at 4:15. So let's check in on this. Alright, the camera's getting steamed up. It looks really good. Still has some more reducing to do. So I'm gonna let it cook for another half hour. I have some potatoes cooking to make some mashed potatoes, and I have corn back here. I just checked in on this and it's still a little soupy. So I went ahead and I made up some more cornstarch and water. I probably used about a half a cup of water and 2 teaspoons of that cornstarch. So I'm gonna pull this out right here. I'm gonna pour this on top. Just try to get it in without burning myself. Alright. I have this. Yeah, that had already started. So just good job. There we go. Go back, kitty. This hot. Sorry. So unprofessional. Alright. So, okay. So let that cook for just a little bit longer. I'm gonna go ahead and cover it up. Okay, see you in a few minutes. Okay, this is ready, so I'm gonna pull it out of the oven. Turn off the oven. I'm gonna let it rest. Beautiful, nice and creamy sauce. Yum. If you had some liquid bouquet, you could put that in there and make it a little more brown. So I'm going to serve it with some mashed potatoes and some corn. Thanks so much for watching.